Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iallegedly. I've got a good one for you today because the NFL is broken. And we have seen this coming for a while now. But can anything fix this? Who knows? Who knows? But I can't wait to cover this with you. Please don't forget to always like the videos, hit the subscribe button. And today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold. And today we've got the announcement on our new Christmas gift giveaway. But let's get right into it. The NFL has suffered a lot of problems over the last decade. And a ratings issue with them is that there's a ratings problem right now. 2024 has been a year where you're seeing the absolute decline in major markets where teams are not getting people even watching them on TV. Now, the NFL got 17 games in a season, regular season, before you hit the playoffs. And they thought adding an additional game to the schedule would be the thing that's going to help them. Wait a second, it's not. Nothing is working right now. People are not going to the games. You can absolutely get tickets for an absolute song. And I'm going to cover this in a minute with you. But this is insane because what you're seeing is people fed up with the National Felon League. It's too expensive to go to a game. It's too expensive to pay for parking. Think about this. You can go to a Los Angeles Rams game and spend $120 to park your car. That's insane, guys. That's insane. I was recently invited to a Raiders game, and they, used a shuttle to get us in and out of there. Thank God, because again, where do you go? Where do you park? $100 to park your car. The food prices are outrageous at every stadium. Whether you go to a baseball game, or you go to an NBA game, or you go to a football game. They're just outrageous. So people right now, because of the fact that they just don't have the money right now, they're not going to these games. Now, I want to show you guys something to show you the depths of how far it's fallen. The New Orleans Saints played the New York Giants last weekend. And this was insane because tickets went as low as $1. Take a look at this. Now, I really can't emphasize this enough. Look at how broken the NFL is. Look at this. You've got seats, $8, all over the place, $23. The most expensive ticket you've got is $86. Okay? Those are great seats. 30-yard line, unbelievable seats. But then you've got seats over here for $1. $1, guys. $1 to go to a professional sporting event. That is insane. But it goes to show you how completely broken the NFL is. And it's only going to get worse. Unbelievable. Okay? Now, here's the thing about this. As a season ticket holder, I've got what they call a half-season plan with my Angels. I love the Angels and I love baseball. We give a lot away. We donate the tickets. They're great for business. They're great to bring people in, have dinner, talk stuff. It's just fantastic. But I also like to see different teams. I like the baseball experience. So there's that. Okay. The thing that's wild about this is that you have season ticket holders. And when I went to the Raiders game, they lost to the Carolina Panthers, the worst team in football. So I was talking to season ticket holders around me and, hey, what do you think about this? Would you go to every game regardless of how they're doing? Yeah, we want them to win, but yeah. So there's people that would show up rain or shine, even if it's freezing, if it's freezing in New York. So think about this. Ratings are down right now for 25 of the 32 teams. Ratings are down right now. And these are in some of the biggest markets, which are Philadelphia, you've got Los Angeles, New York. There's areas that you should not have a down market when it comes to sports. Getting killed right now. Nobody wants to watch this stuff. So is it the product or is it the politics? What is it? Are people just fed up with the National Felon League? I think it's that. I think that they're fed up with these people thinking that they can do whatever they want. It's like I told you last week about the CEO from United Airlines calling out other airlines and how they're about to go bankrupt and how great it's going to be. Like, it's the New Orleans Saints playing the Giants. And you have things that did not pan out. Aaron Rodgers was supposed to be the savior of the Jets. He was supposed to turn it all around and make this the greatest thing ever, the greatest team ever, and he sucks, man. He's an old man. And so is that it? Is that it for sports? But then you go to the NBA, guys, and the NBA is off a ton. Why are ratings down? How many games are in an NBA season? 82. It's a lot of games, guys. A lot of games. Now, me, I'm sick of LeBron. Can't stand him. Just never panned out in LA for us. He's a great player. And but again, the politics, letting us know everything is nonsense. And that's what's happening with these teams. And again, I'm telling you guys, you can buy that dollar ticket. You're going to have a couple $100 day to go enjoy those dollar tickets. Now, one thing I always tell people, it's like, if your team sucks, okay, you can go on StubHub and all those different SeatGeek and all those different things, and you can buy yourself tickets. I'll tell you, this last year, the Angels were terrible, and I got invited by a friend in a day I didn't have tickets. And I'm like, I'd really like to go inside the stadium. The guy was late. So I called the ticket broker and said, listen, can you get us in the stadium so we can sit in this guy's seats till he gets here? Sure thing, Dan. It was $12, guys, to get me and a buddy in to pay to get to our seats. $12, $6 a piece. Sent them to my phone electronically, and we were inside. That's crazy. Those tickets are normally $125 a piece. So are they the Dodgers? Are they the Yankees? No. And that's the thing. When you have big name teams that come to town in these cities, people pay. People pay to see a last place team, get beat up by, the Yankees and the Dodgers. And, same thing in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes shows up someplace with the Kansas City Chiefs and they're going to play a last place team. You're not going to have dollar tickets to that game, guys. It's not going to happen. But this shows you the demise of all this stuff. Now, my cousin, who is a great athlete, really smart guy, newscaster, and went out and wrote a book called Save Baseball. And what basically it's about is the demise of sports and the aging population that doesn't care about this and can't afford to go to a professional sporting event. So guys like me in their late 50s, I'm like the average age for a baseball fan right now, which is going to kill the sport. It's going to make it so that no one's going to want to go to a game. Not everybody can afford it. So it's going to be interesting, but I'm telling you, all the shenanigans with the National Football League, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. There's a lot more to cover on this, but let me know your thought about this. Can the NBA be saved? Do you care? Do you care about the NFL? I'm telling you this though right now, guys. If you want to go to a sporting event, do an ounce of research. Go to these places. Take your grandkids. Take yourself. Go to a game. Experience this, because woman I'm dating is like, God, I'd love to go to a football game. It'd be fun just to experience it with the new stadium because she lives in Vegas. Okay, I'll take you there. We'll get tickets between now and the end of the season. So I'll go do that just to experience that and show her the stadium, because it's a beautiful stadium. I mean, it's unbelievable. That Allegiant Field is unbelievable. But do I care about who's playing on the field? I couldn't care less, guys. Let me know what you think about this so far. Do you think that this can be fixed? Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. Think about this, guys. Donald Trump is going to take office in January of 2025. And you have to look at what's going on. Are we going to have a recession? Do we have a recession forecast? If we do, gold is going to shoot up. Then you hear places like Bank of America, UBS, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs have all said that gold is going to hit well over $3,000 an ounce very soon. You don't want to miss out on this. Contact number one rated Patriot Gold Group today, 888-330-1431. It is time to get your finances in order. I just met with my accountant to plot out 2025, and one thing that we talked about was getting into more precious metals in the new year. You need to do the same thing. Give Patriot Gold Group a call. 888-330-1431. Do it now before it's too late. Contact #1 rated Patriot Gold Group. If you don't want to call them, go to the link below, fill it out, and they will send you out a free investor guide. It's absolutely no obligation, but they've been #1 rated for 8 years in a row. Contact Patriot Gold Group today. Well, guys, it's that time of year, and it's time to get the Christmas card out to everybody. But we are giving away thousands of dollars worth of gifts, gold, silver, gift cards, cash, a little bit of fun stuff, guys. So what you do is you go to danspromo.com or use the link below, and you can get on the Christmas card list. danspromo.com, and sign up there, and it's free. We need all your information, and we will randomly pull people to win prizes, but everybody gets the Christmas card. The Christmas card will be sent out before Christmas. The winners will get their prizes sent out to them between Christmas and the New Year's, and we will get all that out to you guys. So please go to danspromo.com and sign up for that. Now, story that made national news here, and then people in the UK start sending me this, and Steven sent me this, so I'm going to cover it. And there was a man, Michael Lee Murray, who went to a Sandy, Utah dealership, and he was angry, guys. He did not like his Subaru that he bought. He said he had mechanical issues. Right after he bought it, and they said, tough. It is sold as is. So he said, listen, if you don't let me bring the car back for a refund, I'm going to drive it through the front of the dealership. They just blew him off, like all car people do, because they're horrible. So anyways, this is what happened.
Whoa! Whoa, shit. Call the cops!
Now that could be the greatest video ever made. And by the way, Mr. Murray is definitely a man of his word by driving through the front of the dealership. So he got arrested. He got charged with several felonies, and other charges are pending too. So reckless endangerment and a felony for destruction of private property, all this other good stuff. You can read the story below. It's awesome. But another car video that's crazy was, have you ever seen those robo-taxis, the Chevy Cruze that's owned by GM? Well, they're going to ditch those. They're going to abandon that right now because they say the technology is too expensive. That is wild, guys. Think about this. These robo-taxis that are driverless cars that can drive you around cities, they've spent $10 billion on this. Just going to chuck it. Bye. We're going to work on the technology that's going to make it safer for automation to have a driver sit there and to be able to not worry about it being driverless. So again, money wasted, guys. Money wasted. So, you know, I still think that the technology with Elon Musk and what they're doing with his driverless cars and driverless taxis, I mean, clearly he has an edge over everybody else. But think about this. They dropped the car. Apple dropped their car in the last year. I mean, the billions and billions of dollars that have been spent on these automobiles that went nowhere is crazy. You're going to see more and more of these auto companies that are going to ditch their car lines. Nissan, Dave sent me this one, just announced that they're getting rid of the Lexus dealerships. Well, lucky you guys that own Lexus cars, because now you're not going to have a dealership to service them. They're going to close the American dealerships down. What do? How do you service your car if you don't have a dealership to go to? Now, you can go to a regular mechanic, but this is the kiss of death for Nissan. Will Nissan go out of business? Will they? Who knows? But man, oh man, this is it just shows you how bad the car business is. No one can afford, a $65,000 car. You just can't. It's not economically feasible to have these cars be this expensive. I know so many people that have purchased trucks over the course of The last few years, it spent well over $100,000 on a pickup truck. They just like driving a truck too. That is crazy, guys. But you're going to see more and more of this. By the way, this is at Veterans Park. Everybody keeps asking me to come back here. It's very nice, guys. It's really, they did really well. But one thing that's crazy is they put all these banners up here to keep the birds and ducks away. You can't keep some of them. You can see under the fountain that you've got 2 ducks right there hanging out. So it doesn't deter everybody. But it's a very clean park. You know what I mean? There's no poop around. Okay? Anyways, let me know what you think so far. The look of wealth can be very deceiving. A lot of people may look successful, but they're not. And Ed Bolian is a Lamborghini salesman. And there is a great article that Dave sent me from Motor Biscuit. And think about this, guys. Of cars that are over $100,000, only 8%, less than 10% of those are bought outright. Well, you'd think this guy's got it all going on. He's got the Gucci glasses, the Rolex, he's got the slick back hair, the clothes. He just looks like $1,000,000. Only problem is he's in debt to his eyeballs. And think about this. The average car that he sells, 70% of them have a payment of $2,051 a month for 56 months or more. Or more. So there you go. Have yourself a $2,100 a month car payment. Do it, man. You look so good driving that thing. I am telling you guys this, and I've told you this before, that driving here in Southern California, when I go to gas stations and I see a Lamborghini or one of those cars like that, I walk up to it and I always look at the plates and the tags to see if they're current. Because you can have a car like that and then people go, what do you mean it cost me $5,000 to register my car here in California? Oh, it's Looneyville here, guys. It's absolutely nuts. And they can't swing it. They're not making the payment on time and they can't swing it. But so many of these people want to look rich, and it's so over with, guys. It's like buying, hey, we're going to go to the game. We're going to buy expensive season tickets. I'm telling you, it's like my brother today, he and I were talking about this. He says, why don't you just go and buy tickets every game when you want to take your friends? And I'm like, well, you're not going to sit in my seats because they're close and I know all the ushers and everything like that. But the idea with this is that you can go to sporting events really cheap. You don't have to look good. Concert tickets, same thing. Concerts are not selling the way that they used to. And, I recently saw the Eagles in Vegas. That was great. That was fantastic because of the Sphere and because of the experience of that. It's just unbelievable. So it's wild. I think you're going to see these athletes and things step forward and do more things to be more enticing to get people to the events. I recently went to a Formula One race my daughter's heavily involved in, and she's been to, I think, 4 or 5 races around the world this year. That's how into the sport she is. But what's wild about that is when you buy a ticket, your food is included. Guys, you walk up to the stands, you want steak, you want chicken sandwiches, you want anything, have all you want. Grab another one. You want pie? Go get more pie. It is crazy. And I think you're going to have to start doing that with these baseball, NFL, and NBA teams. Hockey's outrageous too. Hockey's just cold. Okay? That's why I don't like hockey. Anyways, one thing that's crazy about this is you get a player like Juan Soto who has just announced that they're paying him $765. And then the Dodgers announced that they're going to have $26 beers in the new year. How much beer could you get that you could say, wow, that was worth $26? Is that insane? To spend $18 on a hot dog. Yeah, they're Dodger dogs, and yeah, they're longer. But man, oh man, I mean, you will spend $100 to eat at a Dodger game this year. So who can afford that? Clearly not the people that are financing their Lamborghinis. I'm telling you guys, Keith just reached out to me about his turning in his lease and buying the car. I want to give you guys a rule of thumb with this that really worked well. 2.5 years ago, when inventory was crazy on cars, I would have people that would write me and say, I have a lease, I've got 15 payments left, do you think I'm going to be able to turn it in? The dealerships were so desperate. The best one ever was a guy in Florida who had a BMW, had 15 payments on it, turned the car in, okay, and said the second we brought that car home, I hated it. My wife rarely drove it, and I had 15 payments left on it. When she told me that you were telling me I could do this, I thought you were crazy. He wrote me and apologized, but he also got the car paid off, and the dealership wrote him a check for just over 15 grand. So those days are done, guys, clearly. But if you're going to lease a car, you know, go out and if it's a good value, you're not going to get good financing right now. The rates aren't cheap. So go out and buy the leased car. If you want to buy a lease back, my ex-wife was a sales rep who sold stone and tile and did container work and would carry, you know, thousands of pounds of samples sometimes in her car. It would just be crazy, maybe hundreds, whatever it was. It was just, the car was loaded with thick tile and stone pieces. We would go buy, you know, expeditions and cars that were leased out for 2 years, but we would insist finding out what the person did for a living. They would always tell us this stuff. So we'd buy, like, hey, this guy was a sheriff. Well, you know what a sheriff did? Drove the car on the weekends and then drove it to and from work. Great car to buy. Great leased car to buy. And you know what? We saved about 15 grand on buying that car every time we did it. So let me know what you think before I end this thing, okay? Isn't this a nice little park? I'm going to finish this video with this last story, but here's the memorial for Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, and Coast Guard. It's a very cool area up here. But Krispy Kreme, the donut company, they just got hit with a cyber attack and a ransomware attack. Uh-oh. So no online ordering, and they had to call the FBI already because they're saying that they have been shaken down for some unknown figure that we don't know yet. But again, guys, get the VPN. Get yourself a VPN in your own personal life so you don't get this stuff. I'm telling you, they're anticipating it's going to cost tens of millions of dollars to fix this. You can go to a Krispy Kreme store right now and place an order and go get that fried fatty goodness. But again, online ordering done. Crippling the company, they said right now. Crippling sales. Okay? I didn't know I could go order donuts online. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Christmas card list. Again, we're giving out thousands of dollars worth of stuff. Yeah? My email address is hello@iallegedly.com. I will see you guys very soon. Make it a good day.